Alright everyone, Brandon Alexander, and you're watching Storm Stories. This is video 2 tonight. The other video was the day before, quite literally May 19th of 2013. The Shawnee, Oklahoma from Lake Thunderbird F4. And let me move my big head here. That is a large, violent F5 tornado. That is literally what fear looks like. So we're going to talk about it. So already in disarray from the day before of a violent F4 tornado, we get this maxed out hatched risk area. Unbelievable. So look at that. That is as high as it gets. It does not go any higher, quite literally. So this was just before Moore, Oklahoma in 2013 got hit by the violent F5 tornado. Maxed out risks from the Storm Prediction Center. To kind of give you some insight on where the last tornado had gone through the day before, it went through, move my box a little bit, it was right in here. That's about where Lake Thunderbird is, give or take, and it went this way up towards McLeod, so right through there. So pretty close to where this one's going through at and more. Very close. So this particular day, we were already on edge. The atmosphere, you could tell, was very, very unstable. It was hot. It was sticky. And in general, everyone was like, oh boy, I really hope something bad's not about to happen today too. This is serious. And El Reno was actually following just after all this. So multiple supercells once again. Reed Timmer actually did not target this one. He was down in somewhere in southern Oklahoma, going southwest Oklahoma. Tornado emergency issued on this tornado. It was a huge deal. And there's that debris ball right there on that hook. And I'm going to show you guys some KFOR clips here in just a moment.
This has the potential of producing a long-track tornado. Updating you for you folks in Stevens County, over into the southern half of Garvin County, over to Pauls, as far north as Pauls Valley, and far northern Carter County. Reed is intercepting this storm right here, low level lock, with a tornado warning. Please do not take this lightly. Conditions today are favorable for large, long-track, potentially violent tornadoes. For those, I'm not exactly sure a mile marker. We can probably get one on radar, but as you can see, just a huge tornado that is definitely growing, and every second we're on the air, it's getting bigger, Mike. Okay, let's go to the storm tracker. Tornado emergency now in effect for Moore. Tornado emergency for Moore. You folks in Moore, you need to grab whatever it is you need to grab, and you need to go underground. Bottom line, grab your kids, grab your loved ones, grab your friends, or just get out of the way. Tornado emergency for Moore. Big half-mile wide plus tornado shrouded in debris on the northern side of the Newcastle Casino. Here is the Warren Theater right here. There's downtown Moore. This is North 12th, South 4th, South 19th, South 34th, or South 164th, and I-44. It is lifting Moore to the north. Big debris ball there. That whole thing is the tornado. The debris ball's over a mile wide. Southwest side of Draper Lake, right towards the water treatment plant this time, and it's really fizzling out as we're seeing. I'm going to do another turn here. I'm getting kind of far away, but it looks like it's roping out a little bit, and this is over like 149th Street and maybe just the east side of Air Depot Road. There it is. It's gone, Mike.
Let's go to Lance West. We need to go to him quickly now on the ground. He is near the school, and it looks like behind an IMSA truck, Lance. Yeah, guys, I just ran down there to the school to talk to emergency personnel, and I've been told by some very reliable sources here on the scene that this is no longer a search and rescue operation. It's now a recovery mission. It is my understanding that there are up to 24 children, victims, trapped at the bottom of that school right now. This is Eagle Drive right here. We understand there could be as many as a half dozen more fatalities on this street alone in this area. The emergency personnel have backed out of the school. They're pulling in more vehicles. They're backing people away. And I understand they're going to start pulling these tiny victims out of the rubble here shortly. Lance.
Lance, I'm so sorry.
Lance, hang in there. Hang in there, my friend. You've given us the information, and we appreciate that. And it is so hard when you're there and you see it, and you see the parents waiting and hoping, and then hearing news like that. 24 little ones, and there are now fatalities there.
Lance was saying earlier that he believed from information he was receiving that they were primarily third graders who may have been in a hall clinging to the walls in hopes of surviving what must have been terrifying moments for them. Our thoughts are with families who are waiting for word and with those rescuers who have the horrific job of trying to find the little victims in that rubble.
Well, apparently they say, I guess they have been able to locate a lot of those little ones, and they're going to start bringing them out. As according to Lance's last report, that is the most sobering news we have had. Since this whole thing has started, we were hoping for the best, and unfortunately, we know some did escape, and that is wonderful. That is wonderful, but what we're hearing now is just gut-wrenching. 24, we believe, little victims in the rubble of that elementary school in Moore, Oklahoma.